to another video, and welcome back to Steve.
Hi.
Now, disclaimer, it's very, very hot in here today, so we're just we're going to get through it as best as we can. Yeah, because it is it's a little bit warm. However, you now own an Eastman SB59.
Oh yeah, I do.
So, you know, we all know by now, especially those of you that watched before, your standard of a guitar, you know, that threshold of you going to get it is very, very high. And everyone knows me for banging on about Eastmans for a long time.
I do, yeah.
So what brought you to the Eastman thing, and is it kind of reaching that bar kind of thing?
A couple of things, I guess. You banging on about it.
Yeah, I do that, as you all know.
And I've played your Eastmans and I was really impressed with them, to be fair, you know. And still had that niggling urge for a Les Paul.
Yeah, because you had the standard.
When the standard.
When I got this, in fact.
Yeah.
So if you guys remember that video, we actually compared that standard to when this, before it was modified.
Yeah.
So yeah, I forgot that you had that as well.
We played Brothers in Arms, I think.
We did, yeah, on that one. Yeah.
But every time I get a Les Paul, which is, I don't know, I've had a few now, I get rid of them fairly quickly after it. And I was trying to think, why do I do that? Is it the weight? Yes, possibly. It was a heavy guitar.
Yeah.
That was a really heavy guitar. The pickups in them usually not quite what I thought they would be.
Yeah.
And I lose interest then, I guess, and I go back to Strats and things. So I thought, okay.
That's the thing as well, you've got other great guitars, so if something's giving you a headache,
yeah, exactly,
very easy to leave it alone.
So I'd sold some more kit and I thought, should I just go for it? And I asked you, I don't know if I asked you some advice first, or I'd seen this one.
But that came up used, didn't it?
It came up on Reverb
and stuff.
And it probably wasn't the most popular colour because people like bursts, I think, mostly and stuff. But it's sort of black over red.
Yeah, I'd probably say that's pretty accurate, to be fair. Although in the flesh, it looks 50 million times better than they do in photos. The black,
lightly relict with some cherry underneath.
Yeah.
The hardware's quite worn, I guess.
Yeah, matching the age vibe kind of thing.
And actually, I thought, yeah, that's the way to do it. Really, is buy something which has got a slight age to it. The price was really good, I thought, because this is the V.
Yes, so we'll get on to that because mine is a modified standard SB59. So obviously that is the higher end version of this guitar.
Yeah, and it probably was cheaper than that.
About the same price, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's about the same price. But so with that, you're getting the Lollars Imperial pickups instead of the normal Seymour Duncan 59s that are in the standard one of this. So how have you found the pickups to be? And we will compare to these custom buckers as well.
That was the first thing I did, plug it in, and I thought, that's the sound I've been craving all these years from a Les Paul, is those vintage PAF pickups.
Yeah.
And they were amazing. As soon as I played it, I thought, that's the one.
Yeah.
And it turned out the guitar was incredibly playable as well. I mean, the fretwork is immaculate. The bone nut was cut superbly. You got a lovely dark ebony board.
I do love the ebony boards on these things.
Beautiful.
Just looks so good.
Hardware's all Goto.
Yeah.
There's nothing really you can dislike about these. I think even the headstock looks good on these.
Yeah. To be fair, I guess the name itself took me a little while to get used to, but you know, Eastman is a bit of a strange name when you're new to it.
And the more you look into it and dig around, you realise the respect this company's got, and a lot of followers, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's like a little secret, really. You don't want anybody else to know about these things, because you can bag yourself such a bargain.
Well, in fairness, so this one's now 3 years old. And at the time I got this, I think there was 3 dealers in the UK for Eastman's, 3 or 4, and now there's about 25. Yeah. So just in that time, they've just blown up, sort of thing. Yeah. Which is why getting the older ones with the varnish finish, I think, was a really good shout. Yeah. So I guess let's if you just run us through a couple of tones on there then with those Lollars, and then I'll hand you over this for the custom buckers, and then I'll have a go on that as well because I'm kind of interested in them Lollars after going the custom bucker route, because it is the Lollars I wanted in this, really, you know, just to keep it in keeping with that. But the custom buckers came up a lot cheaper, so I'll give them a go. But
so what I like about these is that they kind of do everything, because you can, what I'll do is start on the neck pickup, roll it quite far off, and I've got the amp with a little bit of gain on it.
Yeah.
Cleans up very nicely. Retains some nice high end.
Yeah, it's not got a blanket over its mouth.
And then if we roll back the tone, roll up the volume. Roll up the tone. Try the bridge pickup, really nice bitey pickup when you turn it up. So it's got everything you need from a Les Paul, really. The middle position, as usual, is beautiful. Brings out, especially if we clean the channel up, it's lovely for chords and things, but it's really dynamic.
So just while that's fresh in my mind, let's go over to this one. So as I say, custom buckers versus Lollars. And let's just see what the immediate things jump out to us in sound sort of difference going through the same amp. Oh, apart from the middle, because that's got the Peter Green mod, so forget the middle.
So let's start again, rolling right back.
Roll them up a bit. Maybe they're a bit brighter, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, let's really quick just neck and then we'll go just bridge.
Okay.
Next
time we're going to get a switch box.
Yeah, we are going to get a switch box, yeah.
Bit more mellow. Maybe a touch more bottom end. I don't know. I've got 10s on here. Those are 9s. That might be making me feel
well, they're hybrids, but yeah.
Really dynamic.
So quickly swap again, just on the net, and then we'll do the same with the bridge.
I feel like I've got to fight this one a bit more in terms of getting the gain. I think
they're brighter, but maybe
brighter and slightly lower on the output. I'm not getting quite as much gain off them.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned the strings as well. Obviously,
the pickup height looks very similar. Yeah. Not quite as much bottom end, brighter for sure.
Yeah, I think that's my takeaway. Because the thing is, you're comparing two incredible sets of pickups. That, you know, you've really got to try and think. So that's maybe the bridge is more obvious.
Okay. Really bright and sharp and attacking.
Yeah, to me that's kind of the Telecaster on steroids joke, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, I'll tell you what, just sidetracking just for a minute. For those of you that watched my video on this when I modded it, I said at the start of that video I was aiming to get more of the SB59V character in this guitar. And just hearing them back to back now, I do think this has got more of character of that than it did have before. Just for me personally.
Yeah.
Right? So mission accomplished on that sense. But I do think these are proven sort of a little bit brighter, if you know what I mean.
They are very different.
Let's just have a little go on that one.
Sure.
So, play myself with a pick. Thank you very much.
Sweaty pick.
Dirty pick. Put a little bit more gain on that than I'd normally set. but it feels great. It's
big.
It's
it's big.
Lovely
It's
character.
amazing
how
how dynamic those pots are.
So neck-wise for me, because obviously, you know, these two are, like I said, two different models, the 59 and the V. They're quite similar in the neck. Obviously, the finish is where, you know, with my other Eastmans, I went for this finish because I do much prefer the feel of this finish.
Yeah.
And this is looking like it's sort of buffing up a little bit as well. Don't know if the light will catch that well.
Yeah, it was quite.
I prefer that. I think that looks really nice. To be fair.
When I got it, you couldn't tell if it was polished or not.
Yeah,
and I kind of like that.
I
like the fact I didn't have a brand new Les Paul, which I felt like I had to keep polishing and making it look shiny.
Yeah,
and I didn't have to do that because it's got that aged look about it, and it was really well done on these. It's not over the top.
Yeah,
but I really polished it out the other day, and it did come up really nice.
It's noticeable. Yeah. My gold top has a similar finish to this, and as I'm sweating over it, it's naturally becoming more like this.
Yeah, they just get better as they get older.
I do think they look good when they're buffed up a little bit.
Yeah,
but
it feels like the neck chunky neck on that.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
they feel very similar to me.
Oh.
Well, actually, yeah, maybe
it feels like a real C.
It's funny because I remember back when we first reviewed this, when it was brand new, we said
it's like a baseball bat.
So both of our neck preferences are just great.
Yeah. Do you think?
Yeah, a little bit. This is more familiar to, again, my other V models.
Yeah, it's a bit
so I think the V models in the Eastman lineup, they do tend to be a little bit bigger neck, a little bit step up vintage spec wise. You know, weight wise, this is super light as well.
I don't think there's much difference in the weight of these at all. No,
it's both sub £9. I would say.
But this is the weight a Les Paul should be to me. It's balanced.
Yeah.
My other one, my proper Gibson Les Paul, was doing this constantly, and it's just getting on my nerves. And these are just right. They got it right,
and they just come with such great parts as well. And you know, everything just works. And me personally, I'm a massive fan of these big Jessica frets as well.
But how much would you have to pay Gibson to get a guitar with that spec?
Well, it's in the custom shop at that point.
$4 to $5 grand minimum.
Yeah, if not plus, because it's aged, so you'd be worth that then. So $8 grand.
So you're getting all the top gear with this.
Yeah.
Possibly two-piece body. I don't know. I don't know if that's one piece or two piece. Doesn't matter.
It's amazing to be. Let's just try rolling that off again. Yeah, that's clean up lovely. I guess all this electronics is standard as well.
I haven't even looked in the back yet. I don't know.
I think they just do in general. I think 50s wiring as standard and all that sort of stuff. So when you start rolling off, they're quite different then, I think. Yeah. Just you go back and forth quickly again one more time.
Okay. Sweaty pick.
I've gone from thinking they're similar-ish, but just that's bright, to actually they're a bit more... Do you know what, right?
I don't know.
I'm not unhappy with these custom buckets. Like I said, they were better than the stock hot wax potted Seymours that this one comes with. But I do think I prefer those Lollars.
You think?
There's a bit more.
I think if I had to think of
musical
a word,
range and bass in there.
I would say a bit creamier. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's one of them things that when you describe in sound.
Those cut through like a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Telecaster on steroids.
Telecaster on steroids. Yeah, and these are a little bit creamier, I think. But I mean,
and do you know what?
What would that be like with 10s on it?
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I'm kind of not surprised because, I love the Loller pickups that the Eastman V's come with for a reason. You know, I've got the Loller P90s in there.
New guitar.
Yes, that's going to come up next. But I'm not surprised. I prefer the Lollars. Well, that figures. I like them so much on other Eastmans.
Exactly.
And I like Loller pickups in general. So I think they're close. I think musically they're close. Stylistically they're close. You know, very old PAF vibe. But just hearing that back to back, then more so on the bridge, I think as well.
Yeah.
I preferred those.
Yeah.
So is that going to be a keeper then? Do you think, or is it going to stay with you and you might look to go away? And
the day I got it, I gigged it.
I
never do that. And it was perfect. It stayed in tune all night. We played an outdoor gig. It was stable. It felt lovely to play. And that's always a good sign. So as far as I'm concerned, I've got no issues with this at all. I think it's fantastic. I can't fault it. I can't. There's literally nothing about this to fault. For the money, buy a used Eastman. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
I just think it resets your standards for guitars. And I've never, right the way through this whole Eastman thing that I've gone on with, I've never bashed other brands, and never, even the Gibson thing, I don't bash the Gibson, because you can find a nice Gibson, you know, even if it is custom shop, even if it is 10 times the price.
That's the trouble.
Then, you know, awesome sort of thing. Yeah. But these things, they do set the bar up to that level, I think.
I dare say a pair of these Lollars in a Gibson tribute would sound amazing. Yeah,
for sure.
But I think my old problem with the old Gibson Les Pauls that I had, it probably was the combination of weight, pickups. I could never really get like these sorts of sounds from it.
It's worth saying though, a set of those Imperials is around £400,
exactly
thereabouts. So,
but I guess it would be a hell of an upgrade to something like a Studio or something.
Yeah. But then you're already up for more than it costs.
Just put the antenna in. It's a no-brainer really, and the bone nut is just. It's a dream. You don't get the old G-string ping anymore, and that may not be a thing anymore anyway. But it's cut perfectly. It stays in tune, and it's everything about this is great. And it's quite nice that I didn't spend a fortune on it. But
has it sort of surprised you, even though you heard me bang on about it and everything else?
I'm
surprised how much you do like it.
I thought I need to try this because I've tried Pauls before. They've always got 9s on and a bit slinky for me, I think.
Yeah.
Let's just try it. And man, 10s on there, just perfect for me. Colour wise, would I prefer something like that? Probably. This was all that I could find for this price. Yeah. But do you know what? I'm not fussy too much.
I've got to say, it looks a lot better in the flesh than in photos, because that's the thing. Like sometimes photos just don't work. There's another Eastman, an acoustic. It's the finish of it, same sort of story. You know, very good guitar, but the colour they chose was a bit off. It's like a red. I'm not sure what they actually call it, but it's sort of like a red sunburst, but red. Yeah. But you see it in real life and it looks amazing. But on a photo, not so much. Exactly. I'll have the same sort of thing with that.
So the next time the strings are off, I'm going to get the polish out and I'm going to absolutely pummel it. Yeah. Just to get that shine up a bit, because what I did do the other day is looking really nice actually. Yeah. So I'm just going to do the neck, because I do find the only thing is the neck is quite sticky on this. So I might just, if that doesn't work, I might just sand him down a bit actually. Yeah. In fact, I'm wondering whether that red would come out.
I just had a little thought in my head looking at the polished black. It's sort of Neil Youngy vibes.
Yeah, absolutely. Black Beauty, Neil Young, yeah. I mean, look great with a vintage Bigsby on there.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting no. I'm just getting used to tuning stability.
They do one with the Bigsby, so you might need another one.
I don't know. I'm eyeing up your 335 now.
You do that with the Bigsby as well.
Yeah, it could be tempting. Yeah.
So there you go. I think we've got another.
It's a winner.
Sort of
convert,
I guess is
but
the word.
Secret site now, so just don't tell anyone before the prices go up second hand more.
They're going to, I think, especially on the varnish ones, just because you can't get them anymore. So I do think they're gonna go up. Yeah. But I'm glad you like it.
I love it. Yeah. Thanks for banging on about it.
No worries. So we'll do a little jam out now, maybe something Neil Young-esque, and then we'll catch up with you again real soon.
Cheers.